Hi YouTube friends, it's Megan Tilley here with AM Soaps. Welcome to our channel. We're going to make a soap today with goat milk, and the fragrance will be sweet vanilla chai. We'll make a 4-pound loaf today. I have embeds. Before we start, most important, protect yourself. The lye is dangerous. It will hurt your skin, but it could cause great damage to your eyes and eyesight. So make sure you put on some safety glasses. Next, embeds. I'm going to pipe the top. This is my latest favorite piping tip, 6B Wilton piping tip, and it is big and it has really defined edges in the rosettes, and lately it is my favorite. I will sprinkle, there's going to be cinnamon in the soap, just a bit, not too much, and cinnamon sprinkled on top. The embeds on top look like chocolates, hearts, and these little chocolate looking pieces, and they actually are colored with cocoa. This is melt and pour soap with cocoa in it. So that is soap. They look like chocolates. What else do you need to know about this soap? This is 11% vanilla in the fragrance oil. So I'm only going to put fragrance oil in half of the soap batter, and the rest of the soap batter will be, part of it will be a water-based batter, part of it will be the milk-based batter, and my goal is to kind of tiger stripe it up so I get the appearance of steam and like a latte froth look to the soap by using the 3 different properties: the batter with the fragrance, the batter without the fragrance, and the batter that is a water-based batter. So we'll have 3 different colored batters, but no artificial colorants. Oh, 4, because one will have a bit of cinnamon. There's going to be 4, and a bit of tiger striping going on. Hopefully this won't seize up on me. If this seizes, you're just going to see me throw it all in the loaf, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so first step, let's get the milk and the lye. I have the lye and the goat milk in the right proportion for my recipe. My recipe is called Suds, and it is vegetable oils only and no palm oil. And I run it through a lye calculator to find out how much lye to put with my liquid portion, which in this soap is frozen goat milk. So it's in cubes. Frozen cubes. And that is so it doesn't scald while we're adding the lye, because it's going to heat up as the lye is added. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes and I've stirred this up, got all the lye in the milk, and because it was frozen it didn't scald. Just for curiosity, let's check the temperature. 83.4 Fahrenheit, and my oils are 94. My oils are over here out of sight, so I feel we're at good temperatures to mix this up. Before I add the lye and milk mixture, I'm going to give it a stick blend. I've been doing that lately. It's something I never used to do, but I do it now. I give the lye milk mixture a stick blend, and I don't screen it. I don't use the screen anymore. I just pour it in, feeling confident that it's all been mixed together. Now let's add it to the oils. So you may be wondering why I hold on to this part of the stick blender. It is because I have a crack right here. So the stick blender works fine. It just requires me to hold it or it can come off, and it has before, so no big deal. There are worse problems on this planet than my stick blender. Let's portion off a little bit of the batter that won't get fragrance. This is going to get actual cinnamon. This is going to be untouched batter made with water. The water soaps cure white and the milk soaps cure yellowish. So we're creating a color just by having water-based. This is going to be water-based with a touch of titanium dioxide. I'm inspired to put this cinnamon layer in by a soap I have. This is all I have left of it. It's very small, little bit of soap I have from Rocky Mountain Soap Company. So this is what's inspired me to put in this layer of batter with cinnamon, because that's what they did. Right in there is some cinnamon right in the soap. And I've been enjoying this bar of soap. It's at my kitchen sink. That's where I've been using it. It's lasted quite a while because that was, March maybe when we went. No, that was February. January. It was, sorry. It was January when we went to Banff. Because Erin and I took a course together. That's why we were there. All right, so that's the reason behind this. This is the white one. This is batter with fragrance, batter with cinnamon, milk batter with no fragrance, water batter with no fragrance. So this is going to be perhaps boring for you to watch because it's not going to be evident how it works until I cut it and allow it to sit for a few days. Nonetheless, it is an interesting thing to watch. So that is the main batter on the bottom. Next, we're going to just start doing tiger stripes. And I want my tiger stripe to move from this side to the other. So it looks like milk cooling, I guess. Right? Like the thermodynamics of milk inside cooling down. So the tiger stripe is just stripe after stripe pouring on top of each other. And what that does is it displaces the other beneath it, and it makes a nice kind of curved stripe in there. And you never know how well it's going to turn out until you cut it. You know what? This could not turn out. This might turn out how I want. It might not. So this is the one with the fragrance. So I'm going to fill in the side here. And then now we're going to start to come up and over. We're like bending like this steam and frothing of the milk is moving in the soap. Let's give it a wiggle. There we go. Okay, the one with fragrance is setting up on me, so I need to move fast. So now is time to put in the hearts. I'm going to put them on this side. They are white and a creamy color. So I'm just going to lay them across like this. Right there. And this extra piece I'm going to put in right here and tap it down lower. There you go. So I get asked a lot about the hearts. That's how I put them in. When I'm almost at the top, I tap them in and then I cover them like this. I don't do any excessive pounding of this mold, really, because of the hearts. I don't want to knock them crooked or something. But this is still fluid, so I don't expect air pockets. So I'm almost done here, and then we will mix up the topping, and I will be back to pipe the topping probably half an hour to 40 minutes after mixing it up. I let it sit and come to the consistency of icing. And then I pipe it just as if it were icing. We'll be back in half an hour to pipe the top and put on those embeds. Okay, I'm ready now to pipe the vanilla chai soap. So I'm just going to come straight down the middle with nice large rosettes with this piping tip. And I have the batter perfect, I think. So today's Friday, and Aaron's at work. Friday night. Tomorrow, we're going to have some time. We've decided we're going to go to our town fair. Just putting a little dollop between these, and then I'm going to come down the sides quick. So our town fair is here, and we're going to go. We went last year. It's 5 kilometers from where we live. So last year we walked, and I think this year we'll do the same. We'll walk. So we walk 5 kilometers there. You know, walk around, see people we know, have, you know, a bit of socializing. It's fun. This year I told Aaron we're going to go on a ride. And then we walk the 5 kilometers back. So it's good. 10-kilometer exercise. It's good stuff. But this year I'm going to read to you. I'm going to pause for a minute in my current self, and my future self is going to read to you a write-up in the paper about the fair, because I thought it was pretty darn funny. So this is the article in the paper that I thought was so funny. I'm going to read it. This is the fair. We will be open on Friday, July 7th at 3 p.m. and we'll be here until Sunday, July 9th at 6 p.m. The other half of the show is in Sylvan Lake now. They have the Ferris wheel, the Scrambler, and the Gravitron, which used to be called the Roundup. That's the end of the article. So I'm in a small place, and I find it so funny. What do you mean the other half of the show is in Sylvan Lake? Did you double book yourself, or did Sylvan Lake pay you more for the fair? I don't know. I lived in Toronto for 10 years, so I find some of these things humorous that other people who've lived through other lives would find this just normal. Like, okay, so Sylvan Lake gets the Ferris wheel. Yeah, it's too bad, because the Gravitron was the thing I would have chosen to go on. And I'll show you, at the end of this video, I'll show you footage of what Aaron and I found to go on. Here's my embeds. I'm going to do 1 heart and 1 rosette like that. Oh, I forgot. I was going to do cinnamon first. And this is rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to spray the cinnamon to get it to kind of flow. Some of it clumped up a bit. There we go. Get it to kind of flow better through the rosettes. All right, now back to the embeds. you piece of chocolate here. Now each of these hearts is about an inch in thickness, and I cut my soaps at 1 1/8 of an inch. So with my, actually I'm going to use the crinkle cutter on this, so this just will guide me where to use the crinkle cutter. 1 heart on each piece. And I get 12 pieces of soap out of each loaf, so I have 12 hearts. Okay, now the rosettes, or whatever these caramels, I guess they are. 1 caramel with each heart. It's looking kind of messy now, but it's supposed to be a frothy latte, not a perfect cupcake kind of. It'll make sense when it gets cut. Decadent latte, that's the look we're looking for. So there you have my vanilla chai soap, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow when we cut it. So it is the next day, and here is my vanilla chai soap. It smells really yummy. It does smell like a chai latte would smell. Now I'm going to cut it in a different way than usual. I'm not using my harp cutter. I'm going to use this crinkle cutter. You can see I've already cut off the end. And I don't cut it straight through. I don't cut it this way like other people, like most people do. I turn my soap on the side. I cut it this way to get a horizontal crinkle cut. So I'm going to start on this end actually. You'll be able to see where I'm cutting. I'm going to cut between the hearts. And just go straight down. For some reason, this cutter makes it quite easy to make a straight cut. Easier than the straight line. So we can take a look here. We have a bit of this looks like a drop swirl, but this looks like the tiger stripe look I wanted. Let's see how it looks further in the loaf. I'll show you what these look like tomorrow, because we're not really going to see what the design looks like until everything darkens up the same color as this outside edge. So I'm going to continue cutting these, and then we'll look at them again tomorrow. So here we are the next day. You can see that now the outside of the face of the soap is the same darkness. It has been exposed to oxygen and the vanilla has darkened. So we can see now that this is what the soap is going to look like. And I am pretty happy. It's not exactly what I envisioned, but it's pretty close. See, the top was quite a mess with the piping, but it's meant to look like a froth. So I think that that is acceptable. We'll just do a look through of them here. This is closer to what I wanted. I wanted it to look like when you just poured the hot milk into a latte and it starts to mix up on its own inside the latte. So that's what we're seeing. They smell great. And they have a little bit of scrubby cinnamon inside, so touch of cinnamon on top as if you'd added that on your latte. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this vanilla chai goat milk soap. And take care of yourselves and those around you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.